The future of work, it probably won't show up with some big announcement or a flashy new product. It might just land quietly in your inbox, looking like any other email. We're about to break down a real job offer that someone received, and honestly, it might just be a sneak peek into the future of the AI gig economy. This whole new world of tiny digital tasks powered by artificial intelligence. So, let's dive in.
And this is how it starts. No big hello, no company name, just, hi, thank you for the answers. We're dropped right into the middle of a conversation, which immediately gets you wondering, answers to what? What did I miss? And where's this going?
And that's really the core question we're asking here, isn't it? Is this email a cool opportunity to make a little cash with some cutting-edge tools? Or is it a massive red flag about where creative work is headed? Let's break it all down. Okay, so what's the actual pitch? Well, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, maybe even a little exciting. It's a chance to get paid to play around with some brand new AI technology. They call it a small paid trial task. And this is basically the classic audition model, just, updated for the digital age. The idea is simple. Prove you've got the skills by knocking out a tiny version of the actual job. So they package it all up really neatly. It's supposed to be quick, easy, no big risk involved. The email literally says it should take no longer than a few minutes, and for your time, you get $3. Seems simple enough, right? But, and there's always a but, the devil is in the details. All right, so what does this task, the one that's only supposed to take a few minutes, actually involve? This is where things start to get specific. So the mission, it's a 4-step deal. First, find a viral video. Second, recreate it using an AI tool. Then, and this is the big one, you have to make sure it's identical. And finally, you submit both videos. Yeah, that third step, that's the real kicker. Suddenly, a few minutes sounds a little optimistic, doesn't it? And get this, they even tell you exactly where to look. You have to go to the specific Facebook page, hunt down a video with at least 1 million views. So this isn't just about being creative. You have to do research first. You have to figure out what's already popular before you even think about creating anything. All right, so let's say you've found your 1 million view video. Now what? How are you supposed to recreate it? Well, the email has some very specific and very high-tech ideas about that. I mean, the tech they're talking about here is seriously cutting edge. They're suggesting tools like VO3 and Kling AI. These are state-of-the-art video generation models. And they're quick to mention the free trials, which basically puts the entire burden of learning these really complex new tools completely on you. It's a pretty clever way to get people to experiment with the latest tech for them. And the final product? It needs to be an 8 to 10-second video made from either a text prompt or an image. This takes more than just technical skill, You have to really understand how to talk to these AI models to get the result you want. Okay, so we've seen the offer, and we've seen what the task actually involves. Now let's put it all together and really read between the lines. This is where the true nature of this whole thing starts to come into focus. Yeah, it all comes back to this one little number, $3. For doing research, for learning advanced software, for creative prompting, and for video generation. I mean, when you see it sitting there all by itself, it really forces you to stop and think about the value exchange that's happening here. And this right here, this is the most demanding part of the whole request. They don't just want a similar video. No, it has to be as much as identical as possible. We're talking the person's look, their movements, the sounds, everything. Now, if you've ever played around with these current AI video tools, you know that this is an incredibly high bar to clear, maybe even an impossible one. And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got this whole laundry list of tasks, this huge demand for a perfect, near-identical copy. And on the right, $3. This is not a few minutes kind of job. This is a serious creative and technical challenge. So, you might be thinking, why are we spending all this time on one little email? Well, because it's a perfect case study. It shows us exactly where things are headed with AI, the gig economy, and creative work. It's like a little snapshot of a potential future. So what are the big takeaways here? Well, first, we're seeing really complex AI work getting chopped up into these tiny microtasks. We're also seeing these so-called paid trials becoming the new kind of interview. And of course, there's the huge potential for creative work, even work done with AI, to be just completely devalued. And you've got to wonder, right? Are these tasks really about finding talented people, or are they also about generating tons of data to train the next generation of AI? That line between an original creation and an AI copy, it's not just getting blurry, it's being erased for a price. And that really brings us to the final big question. This email is more than just a job offer. It's asking, what is human skill actually worth in a world that's becoming more and more automated? As these AI tools get more and more powerful, how do we decide the value of the person using them? What is a creator's time, their expertise, their vision? What is it all truly worth? That's something I think we're all going to be grappling with for a long time to come.